We want to talk today about helping students to make connections. We did a survey of students last semester that taught us that a lot of students are lacking connections with BSU. We know that the classroom is an important place for students to make connections, but we also know that our community is one like it never has been before. Can you share some tips for faculty about how to build community within the classroom?
Well, first of all, faculty out there, thank you. Because really during this pandemic, we're finding that the classroom is the place for connections. And while there are others, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about those in a minute, but we know the importance of making those connections in the classroom. And so many faculty have really sort of taken that to heart, given a role that they didn't sign up for sure. But have become brokers of engagement, if you will. And that the importance of that cannot be minimized. Students don't have opportunity to just, walk down the hall to one class from another and say hello. Don't have to tell everyone how different it is and how hard it is to meet new students in particular, whether they're transfer or brand new to campus. Some of them have just never even been on our campus, and yet they're part of our community. So faculty who are taking time to check in and to know that it's okay to ask how folks are doing, to maybe even be creative in engaging students with one another, learning a little bit about who's on those Zoom squares. I don't imagine it's easy, in particular when students have their cameras off, but or just aren't very forthcoming. But being asked and they listen, right? Just like all of us, we listen, and so we know that students want to be engaged. Not everyone, but we also know the only way to do that is to meet them. Don't expect them. It's like the old days when you put up a flyer and just thought, oh, people will come. That's not the case anymore. We have to go out of our way to bring them into our community.
Excellent. It really gives testimony to the need for some kind of structured activity. So even just assuming, oh, they know they can come to me, is not always what we need right now, given we're all so disconnected.
Right. I think it takes all of us. I often talk about, in what ways are we helping students find their people? But the emphasis there is helping, and really making that extra effort to welcome them. So whether it's actually inviting them to participate in maybe an outside the classroom activity, even to join them at XYZ event or activity that's happening on campus, largely happening on Zoom, but happening nonetheless. And that's what we're finding too, even students finding their place and exploring the opportunities that do exist for them on campus. And I can talk a little bit about that if you'd like.
That would be great. How can we help students make connections?
Right. So, social media, not everybody loves it, but if you're not there, we're missing out. Always asking students, whether in focus groups or in organization meetings, where are you getting your information? What's the best way to communicate information to you? And students are saying social media, some still by word of mouth, but social media, so Instagram. Some people still using Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. All of these are where students sort of spend their time, and always helpful for faculty to encourage students, hey, make sure you're following Bridgewater State University. So that's first and foremost. Of course, we have this awesome mobile app that students are using and engaging with one another online directly, knowing that, okay, this is a Bridgewater State University fellow student. So the mobile app is a good place to encourage students to go to find information about what is going on campus. And of course, the Involvement Network, which is our campus platform that really holds all of our student organizations, our calendars of events and activities. And so, I think that what we would love for faculty to let students know is not only about the platform, but to encourage them to explore what's out there. And if they don't see something that resonates with them, know that we and our staff in particular and our Center for Student Engagement can assist students in creating that opportunity if it doesn't already exist. So.
And these student groups have been meeting online, right? During the pandemic?
Fraternities and sororities are operating online. All of our student organizations, our dance clubs, you name it, they're still operating. And I give them so much credit because it is difficult. They're hosting events and activities. They're raising money. It's really been just amazing to see how creative they're being. And frankly, we host events, our program council, we host weekly events, and we're getting like 80, 90, 100 students showing up. So that just tells us students are yearning for that connection.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Or
anything else you want to share about making connections?
No, invite students to engage. I think we've seen just such a great response from students who feel like people want them to come. And so if you have opportunity to do so, I just encourage our faculty to invite them.
Great point. Thank you so much.
Thank you.